The humans do not like change. They talk about how they want to change, but us as humans, we don't like change. In fact, we really hate change, right? Even though the world's a really crazy place right now and things are really wild and the media is just a shit show circus, there's still so much cool things to be grateful for. And instead of thinking about the things you don't have all the time, start to count your blessings for the things you do have. Instead of talking about the clients you don't have, maybe you show so much love to the clients that you do already have that they want to send you more business. I got a question for you. Serious question, though. What do you guys think is going on in the world right now? Like, what do you actually think's going on in the world right now? Like, we got banks collapsing left and right. We got weird shit happening with kids in schools. Like, what the fuck is really going on in the world right now? Here's what I can say. We got a lot of weird shit happening. Like, there's a lot of weird shit out there. I just disagree with so much of it. And I also will tell you that there's some things that matter and there's some things that don't. Your values matter. Your integrity matters. What you say and what you do matters, right? That's what matters. And there's too many people, in my opinion, that just lack integrity in today's day and age. They just find the excuses for everything, right? They hang on to everything because it's the comfortable, right? It's the comfortable. They don't want to try new things. Humans do not like change. They talk about how they want to change, but us as humans, we don't like change. In fact, we really hate change. But the world we live in right now is still a pretty cool place. I can tell you because I currently live in Medellin, Colombia, and I get to work from this pretty cool like mobile setup. And I don't have all the things that I want, but I got lights and I got a camera and I got my laptop. I got like this cool, wireless mouse and keyboard setup. That's pretty awesome. Right? Even though the world's a really crazy place right now and things are really wild and the media is just a shit show circus, there's still so much cool things to be grateful for. And instead of thinking about the things you don't have all the time, start to count your blessings for the things you do have, right? Maybe you don't have the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend, but you have somebody. Maybe if you start to appreciate them a little bit more, they'll become a little bit more perfect because you'll change how you view them and you'll start to see them in a new light, kind of like the movie Shallow Hal. Maybe instead of saying, God, why don't I have this or why don't I have that? Say, hey, God, thank you for the things that I do have. And you start to appreciate those more and treating those with more respect. Maybe instead of talking about the clients you don't have, maybe you show so much love to the clients that you do already have that they want to send you more business, right? There's this thing called gratitude. And gratitude will give you latitude, right? That's what my billion-dollar mentor always teaches. He says, your attitude, right, will determine your altitude, right? If you have an appreciative attitude, things start showing up for you. If you start treating the people in your life with love and respect and dignity, just because they're in your life, they will start to treat you differently. Just because you treat them differently. It might not happen overnight. You might have been a scumbag for a real long time. I can't relate. I've always been, okay, fine, I can relate. I can completely relate. I've treated people pretty crappy in my life. Not super proud of it, just glad that I learned from it. Gratitude is latitude. In business, gratitude in your attitude is the secret weapon. It's the secret sauce. It's the in and out spread that we all love that will help you achieve so much more. Now, I'm not saying you got to be perfect. Like, you can ask my team. I get a little heated, right? I get a little heated at times. I get angry. I get upset. Sometimes I raise my voice and I yell. I know it's hard to believe with this voice made for radio and this face made for MTV. But sometimes you are not perfect and you're a human and you forget about the gratitude and the attitude and how it will change your world. But guess what? This is what's cool about gratitude is that you just go back to that person that you're a complete butthole to and just be like, yo, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. And sometimes I'm a butthole. I don't mean to be. I'm just getting better every day. And I appreciate you sticking around and working through this with me and not leaving me, right? Appreciate the car that you drive. Appreciate the shoes that you have. You guys, I live in Colombia right now, and I'll tell you, I've seen people walking the streets with no shoes. No shoes, right? Basic things that we take for granted. One day I was looking at my shirt and I go, oh, this is a little faded. And I was about to think a negative thought and I go, oh my God, this faded shirt, there are people on the streets that would kill to have it right now. I'm like, thank you, shirt, for being there and still covering me. Although I like to walk around naked, but society won't allow it. But if it were my, I would walk around naked. What's the purpose of going to the gym if you're not going to get naked? Gratitude, joy, fun, right? Just bring that good energy everywhere you go. People should be like, oh, you're leaving the party already? Not like you left and nobody noticed that you're gone. Like, no, just stay for a little bit longer. Dude, you're so cool. You're so smart. You're so fun, right? You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you can bring that great energy to every situation, right? One of the things I have on my alarm on my phone is I have a gratitude alarm clock. 8:30 p.m. my gratitude alarm clock goes off. One, it reminds me that, okay, it's time for bed. And two, it reminds me of what happened throughout the day that I can be appreciative of. Bedros, one of my mentors, friends, he runs The Project, which is a 75-hour intensive training for men to get into their masculinity and get training from other great men, right? Because there's a lot of lost men in this world. You've heard me talk about that. There's a lot of lost men in this world. And he writes a gratitude message every day. He writes 3, right? He sends out 3 messages every day to people that he's grateful for. How do you think he looks at people and he looks at the world? He looks at people as a blessing. Like, these people are in my life. I should appreciate them. And he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's created multiple companies that have done very, very, obviously very well because, I mean, look at his bank account. He donates, I don't even know, maybe $1 million a year now. You know, it started out as a lesser amount, but he donates maybe $1 million a year just to Toys for Tots or one of those organizations, right? Imagine how he looks at life because of his appreciation for everything in it. When you have gratitude and when you have appreciation and when you have that beautiful attitude that I'm talking about, it changes the fabric of your DNA. You know that if you take water, right? I don't know if we can link the study maybe, but if you get water and you tell it negative thoughts, it changes molecularly under a microscope. But if you take that same water and you say, thank you, water, I love you, I appreciate you, right? You write messages on your bottles, right? Like, you know, a company that I don't love, one of the things that they do, and a lot of coffee shops do this, they write a little love note on you, right? They pour love into your drink for you. Like, how cool is that? Now, the drink might have 97 grams of sugar and be one sip away from sending you into a diabetic shock, but they still write loving things on there for you. Like, that's sweet of them. Like, appreciate that, right? One of the things I do with my water is I have glass jars, right? And I pour my water into the glass jar and I just let it sit in the sun. And I'll just put my hands around it, right? And if you rub your hands and you press the middle of your palms, you can actually feel energy. And if you close your eyes, right? If you close your eyes and you take your palms and you push them closer together, there we go. You'll actually feel the energy come in and out of your palms, and you can spread your hands out wide and you'll still feel the energy. If you're driving, don't do that. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. I appreciate you trying, but maybe try it when you're not driving. Eyes closed, hands off the wheel. I mean, I don't know. Unless you're in a Tesla, maybe, like, seems kind of, I don't know, maybe not the right time. Or if you're bicycling, you know me, I love to cycle. If you don't know me, I love to cycle, and, you know, that might not be the right time to do it either, especially in Medellin where it's all hills and crazy traffic. But I appreciate the crazy traffic in the hills because, my gosh, I get home every day from biking and I'm like, I just avoided 37 life or death situations. Pretty cool. But I take my water and I'll put it on my windowsill and I let the sun hit it, that beautiful morning sun. And I let my water get sunlight in it. The most vital thing that we have is the sun. I let my water charge itself up and I say nice things to my water. Like, what a weirdo. I put my hands around it. I don't do it all the time with my food, but I'll thank the cow that's, nourished itself so that I could be nourished, right? Thank the food. Enjoy it. Thank your body for being strong and getting up in the morning. Because there's some people that, well, They're no longer people, they're corpses. So your attitude in life changes everything. Your attitude also changes how things happen, right? Do things happen to you or do things happen for you? I just let go of a person recently, and his attitude was always, right? He was very nice, he was very happy-go-lucky, but his attitude was always, well, there's but, hey, the reason I didn't do this was but. So even though he had a good attitude, internally, he was still stuck in the victim mode. Well, I was going to do this, but then this happened and this happened and this happened. Nice guy. And I tried to work with him. I tried to give him some pointers. I tried to help him out. There was always a reason why he wasn't successful. And it was never his fault. Vic, you're a bad communicator. You didn't say this the right way. It's the way that I say things to other people and they seem to get it, right? No, well, Vic, I was going to show up and then this, and then there was a lot of traffic. Isn't there traffic every day? Yeah, but today there is extra traffic. Okay, well, I mean, shouldn't you be aware that there's going to be a lot of traffic every day? We live in a big city, right? Always an excuse, right? He had a victim mindset. Even though he was happy, he had a victim mindset. Everything happened to him, nothing happened for him, right? That's just attitude. But when you start appreciating everything in life, like, oh man, I got dumped by that girl that I really liked. Why'd she dump me? I wonder what I could learn from there. Like, I just appreciate that I had that opportunity to learn to become a better man, right? I just, I had a bad day at the gym. I wonder what I could learn from that. Oh, well, I didn't go to sleep on time and I had ice cream and I had a beer and I stayed up till 11 o'clock, which was great because I got to bond with some people that I love. It messed up my gym. Okay, well, that's not a bad thing. Like, I got to connect, human connection. That's super important, right? So it's not actually, I didn't have a bad day at the gym. I had a great day at the gym because I got up and I went to the gym, even though I was tired or whatever. And you all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I got to appreciate last night. I got to appreciate this morning. Wow, my life's so freaking bro. Like, wow, I'm so blessed. If you guys want a secret power in life and business, if you want a secret power, change expectations for appreciation. As Tony Robbins would say, change expectations for appreciation and watch your life change.